Anthony, welcome everyone. Hello, and welcome to another round of Canje Plays Slash Boxes. What's in it? Well, we already know what's in it, right? Dice Throne Adventures, but we want to see what the good stuff. So, welcome everybody to another wonderful stream, unboxing 2 of the wonderful day that is today. So I hope everybody's staying safe, and now that we've got everything under control, it'll be good. Welcome, pull up a chair, Anthony. Thank you so much. I gave you a shout out in the comments yesterday's stream for Gloomhaven for pointing out that I've been using that card wrong for so long. But I appreciate you being honest, so keep it up. I was still able to make it happen before, but thank you. I just wanted to huge shout out to Anthony for helping with that. All right, so we're here for an unboxing. We're here for an unboxing of Dice Throne Adventure. Now let me tell you something about this game, right? I don't know Dice Throne Adventures, but I know Dice Throne. I got in on Dice Throne when Season 1 first came out. And it's a combat battler game where you fight either one-on-one, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3 type deal. And make it like a big, and they've had tournament stuff to the like. But I enjoyed it so much. It's a Yahtzee played system where you roll dice 3 times to determine what your attack's gonna be. Um, nah, Gloomhaven's difficult. You didn't make it difficult. You just made me play it fair. So it's a yeah. So you roll. It's a Yahtzee style game that you play, but your combinations make up attacks you make on people. And hey, Brian, yeah, twice in one day. And it's so that, and you have cards that you hold on to that mitigate those rolls. So you can roll like you have this thing to roll this ultimate ability that does massive amounts of damage. So you could roll that. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do my ultimate ability, and I'll be like, no, you're not. You're gonna re-roll that die. So I'll play a card and spend the point to help you do it. And so the back and forth of this combat, different techniques, or even if you hit me, I can say, okay, you hit me, but I can retaliate and roll some dice to do some retaliation on you. I love Dice Throne. I think there were a couple games that when me and my group could meet up and play, and they were free to play, Dice Throne was always one of them. I remember there's this one guy Buddy Tim, who was just like, he doesn't like playing a lot of the games we play. He would sit down and play Dice Throne. He's like, hey, when are y'all playing? It's a fun game, okay? So Dice Throne Adventure is the next level of that. It's no longer a 1v1 PvP, player versus player style. It's now the players are playing against the game. So it's an action where you're fighting against the game itself, beating old heroes who won or who lost, who fell, and so that you could take on the Overlord and become the champion. And that's what I was wanting for this game, and they made it happen. So they did season 1, they did season 2, which I backed on Kickstarter when it first came out, and I got like the massive box for season 2, and then just the mini one for season 1, and then they did season 1 re-roll. All it was just they put that touch of season 2 in the season 1's characters, and I didn't back that. I just got the base game. It was like with folding boards and all that. Okay, I've given you a lot of info. Let's get some more info and then get to the unboxing. All right, so right now, Dice Throne Adventures is an 8.7 on board game. This is a fun game. Like, I haven't played Dice Throne Adventures yet because I haven't unboxed it, but Dice Throne is fun. Dice Throne Adventures, I'm not surprised it's 8.7. I expect it to go higher. Best played 1 to 2 player makes complete sense to me. Complete sense. Published by Roxley Games. Great artworks is part of the Dice Throne mythos. So I expect great artwork from these wonderful artists. And yeah, best played 1 to 2 player takes about 90 minutes to 120 minutes. The weight complexity is about a 2.5. That's fair. And it's an 8+ game. I can see that. Like, if you want to play with the kids, you can. If you want to play by yourself, you can. Great. Hey, Scott. How's it going? Starting setting up and learning this last night. Dice Throne is awesome. And if you like, I highly recommend Dice. Season 1 re-rolled, and I say re-rolled because they come up with their own storage solution. You don't have to buy it separate. Each character is separated out. They did that in season 2, and season 1 re-rolled is just basically they took the storage solution of season 2 and applied it to season 1. And but season 1 even had its own storage solution, which is anyway. You've heard me blather on about this stuff. Let's get down to the table and do some unboxing. That's why you're here, right? So let's do it. So magic. There's the box now. Or if I do like magic tray. Nope, nothing? Okay. Here it is. Oh, alright, so let me tell you about this box. Look at this box. This box is beat to dirt. And it's beat to dirt because it either happened in the warehouse or it happened on delivery. And I was waiting for this game to be delivered for months. People were posting on Twitter. They were like, hey, we got our Dice Throne box. It's fun. We got it to the table. It's so much fun. Meanwhile, I'm like, give me my game. So I wrote Fun Again Games, who was the distributor, and they were like, oh yeah, it should be delivered soon. It's in the warehouse. That tells me nothing. When are you going to give me my game? So then I contacted Roxley, and Roxley was like, yeah, it's in the warehouse. It should be delivered soon. That doesn't tell me when I'm going to get my game. So it finally arrived, and it arrived in this awful condition. So I'm assuming someone at FedEx kicked this thing around like 3 times. Alright, so the box is like wrecked. Okay. So I got the miniatures for season 2. And I got the miniatures for season 1. We'll open up all this stuff. And I also, so in season 2, they created these new print and play characters, which was community created characters. They were print play. No. So in Dice Throne Adventures, they turned them into actual characters. So the tree didn't get into those. What else we got in there? You can't see much. What is this thing? They gave me a dice tray. Aw, nice of them. These are promo cards that we'll get into. The sleeves for them. And the sleeves on this game is amazing. If you can get the sleeves, get them. Like, I know most people just be like, I'll just buy regular sleeves. No, get the sleeves for this game. They do a good job. And we got the game. Box is dead. So what's really cool about this game? I got all the painted minis as well. They're very nice. Nice. Let me put these over here. We're going to be going through all this stuff. So here's the cool thing about this. So this is the game, right? Look at it. It looks like a book. And that is how season 2 looked. And then so they re-rolled season 1 to make it in this box look like a book with good storage. But it looks just like a tome. It looks just like a book with the bookends that go with everything. And so I think that's awesome. So by Gavin Brown, Manny Tremblay, and Nate Atelier. Hopefully I said that right, Nate. If I didn't, I'm sorry. But they are Roxley games. It's made for 1 to 4 player, about an hour, 14 plus, even though it says 8 plus. And I think 8 plus is right, because I think kids can get into this and play it. They can get into Dice Throne proper. Dice Throne Adventures is a genre-bending cooperative expansion hit game Dice Throne. Simply grab a friend and any of your Dice Throne heroes, delve into randomly generated worlds, beautiful environments, intense boss battles, and innovative hack and slash style looting systems and non-destructive legacy elements. Note: this box contains an expansion. 1 or more Dice Throne heroes are required to play. So I don't know if you remember when I first said, hey, I got a game that I can't play because the other games are in storage. That's this one. I have Dice Throne Season 1 and Season 2, but you need them to play this game because this is just the base game. Now I can use these guys here and play it just fine right now, but I've got preferences. So the game features one, choose any dice thrown hero you own. Two, explore randomly generated worlds. Three, battle minions and powerful bosses. Four, earn rewards and loot. Five, permanently upgrade your hero. Six, defeat the Mad King to access legacy content. This is going to be awesome. So all these different stuffs in here. Let's open this bad boy because I am excited. I'm a huge fan of Dice Throw. If you got people to play, even an extra person, significant other or friend, buddy, child that will play, yeah, this game's gonna be awesome. And Roxley's known for putting out some pretty solid content. I'm not mad at them for it. They put out some pretty good games. Alrighty. Let's take a look at what's inside. First, the top, it has the new box smell too. So the top, it has a little matte finish. Feels good to rub, so you can hear that. So it has a nice matte finish, and then the dice thrown is nice and stickery. So that's nice on there. So there's a video tutorial. Hate reading rules. I love that. Hate reading rules. We've got you covered. Watch a video on how to play it. That's amazing. But it's the rule book. It's got some really good content. So the component lineup, and you'll see this. They like how they have the character set up is just so beautiful. They did it in season 1 and season 2. I expect it to be handled really well here. Tells you how to play the camp, and it looks convoluted, but it's not. It's not. I mean, it tells you, spend salves, move, explore if you want to do portal crawl minion battle. If you want to do it, so you fight the minions, boss battles, how those operate, loot cards, inclusion, a glossary. Yes, a glossary. That is so necessary. And then a quick reference guide for the status. We've got, okay, little board here. I think I flipped out the camera by doing it. Yeah, I flipped out the camera. See if I can. There we go. So it's a campaign scoring sheet. So there are campaigns that you can actually take part in this game, and that like builds up your character so you can actually embark on a long going quest. The miniatures. So it tells you if you wanted. So this is season 1 reroll. This is what the box looks like. Season 2 looks like this, which I have this one in storage. But I have all these characters, and see these two, these were added. I have them now. So the first box just came with these 6. The second one came with these 8. And then they added 2. And then it looks like you get a dice tray. So I got a dice tray. I didn't order it. It probably came with the game. +1 for looking. Especially to someone. I know, Scott, it may look complex. It's not. Like, that's the cool thing I love about it. It's so accessible. They have neoprene mats. I'm gonna have to look into that. But shirts, that type of stuff. Okay. See how they come with storage trays for everything, and they all fit so well together. I mean, I'll open it, and we'll fit everything in so you can see how it all fits. So we've got. Let's start at the bottom. I'll reverse pull. Holy cow, this thing's got some weight to it. Oh. First, let's see if there's anything at the bottom. Nope. I always check the bottom of boxes when I open them up. Always. Okay. So let's pull this top off. See what we're dealing with. So we've got. Look at the artwork. Look at the artwork. Common items, rare items, epic items, legendary items. Identify. So this is how much they cost to identify. Even a story at the back. Long ago, my sister traveled freely from place to place, in and out of time. We did not ask for this gift, but we used it to spread joy, to uplift hearts, and enliven the downtrodden. We were on we were in a mortal sisterhood who held keys to infinite travel, but not all creatures respect what we are. One decided us breaking of our bond. No longer could we open portals, and my sister Zerora was consumed by a mad king, Durundal, Ashen Elf, our cousin, whose magic unknown to us to harness the power of portals for his own plan. So this is the story of him. This is the loot table. Yeah, it looks more complicated than it, but look at the quality. I mean, this stuff feels so good. So they're the boss. So as you beat bosses, you get more loot. So the Fallen Barbarian is one of them. Fallen Barbarian, and he has this sheet of how he affects you. So these are the attacks he does with the dice that he rolls. This is what he can do to you. And then this explains how the AI works, frequently asked questions, all that. The Fallen Gunslinger. He's got bounty just like our guns. Uh, the Fallen Monk and the Mad. So this is big, 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 big bad. And dominant, life siphon, dominant, hex, silence, parasite. He can do these things with the dice roll. Now here are their board, and this is what season 2 did. Season 1 just has a flat card. Season 2 did this. Okay, this right here. So this is him. Here's you open it up, and this is the board that you play with. All right. So here's how this works. You have 6 dice. Roll the 6 dice, right? When you roll the 6 dice, it comes up something. If you're like, okay, well, re-roll, grab any dice you want to re-roll, roll it once. Any dice you want to re-roll, roll it again. If you don't want to re-roll, you don't have to. So then what you do is you look for these combinations of dice that you, and if you roll this, he would do overload, which it'll say roll 3 dice, deal damage to the total roll value. Then I assume the expansion will be adding fallen version. Yes, that is correct, Scott. That is correct. From what I understand, they will add more. So this is when he attacks. So this is his turn. But then it's the enemy. It's the next person's turn or your turn. So you roll your dice do the same exact. So let's say you're hitting me for 8. Okay. See this green area here? This is my retaliation. This is my defense. So it says in defense, I'll roll 4 dice. If I get the symbols, I'll heal or I'll deal damage back. And there's a thing between, you'll see it here, there's a thing between damage and true damage. True damage is red, it gets through, can't block it. Damage, you can block it and mitigate some of the damage coming to you. Then they have their ultimate ability, which is here. So if you roll all this using cards to get what you want, cards to bump it and make it happen, not just roll, then this guy inflicts stun, deals 50 true damage to you as his ultimate ability. Like, that is awesome. Alright, so that's the Barbarian. Gunslinger, who he has, comes back to you, but he has his ultimate barrage. Gain 3 evasive. When you're trying to hit somebody with evasive, it's really, really bad. But bounty also hurts. Knockdown hurts. Knockdown limits your turn, like the things you do. Knockdown will be you can't attack, or it'll say something like you can only roll the die once, re-roll once, type of thing. But it's knockdown on all opponents and then deals 10 true damage. So it's just like he just fire shots at you and knocks you down. I look forward to fighting him. the Fallen Monk, Tsunami, gain evasive, 5 chaos tokens, like knockdown, 50 for damage. And it looks the same, they fight different. All these skills here, are different. And their dice are different, which is so cool. So for these, when I open up the tree, you'll see what I'm for these bosses, their dice are going to be the same in a way, right? Because they're going to be rolling the same type of dice. But your dice, for every character they've created, they have their own dice. Each dice, I mean, it's a D6. They're all D6, 66. But the symbols are completely different on every dice. They're custom to that dice set. I don't know. I'm super pumped for this. So the Mad King, ultimate power. Gain life siphon, inflict silence and hex on all opponents, and do 50 building. Ugh. Got all these other skills that you do. Now here's the cool thing about this game. You haven't played it yet, so let me tell you. On your character sheet, when we get to the tree and I'll show you, some of the cards you have are upgrade cards. So let's go to this monk for a second. For this monk, right, when you're playing your character against, you can draw a card. But let's say you have Fist Barrage level 1. You can spend some power, and when you spend that power, you up it from level 1 to level 2. It does not only more damage, but it does something like it adds a new skill. So now you're updating your ability, you're upgrading your ability, you're mitigating your enemy's attack with your card, you're boosting your attack with your card, and you're just trying to duke it out to win. It sounds hammy, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot. These things fit snug too. It's not gonna fall out. They fit snug. They like they clip in. Alright. Alright, cool. So these I assume are for the standee. Health meters. You'll need health meters. Lots of health meters. So these are the health meters for. So this is the CP combat points. That's the stuff I tell you. So if you say, okay, well, I want to put down a card, I'll explain it. But follow me. These are cool. So this is health combat points. One health combat points for the different minions that are here. They're all different. And these things are pretty solid. Like the Dice Throne Season 1 stuff, this is your gold count. Dice Throne Season 1 combat leader things were okay. These were built pretty solid. Okay, so here's some dice. So they're engraved. It's not a sticker. They're engraved in it. So you see, it's a D6, which is what you'll be rolling with different symbols. And all these dice. So you would do, and I'll show you, like I said, when I unbox the tree, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So get your dice, and you just roll them, and you try to get the best scores. There is attacks for numbers. So if you go a sequence 1-6, you get 1-6 damage. Here's for symbols you get. So you just don't match symbols, you match numbers too. If you do 2-2, 3-3, that type of thing, it all works out and helps in favor. So pump for this. It's gonna be oh, mini cards. So these are the types. I'll rip those open. Enemy. Alright, so let's do it. Rip some tiles open. I haven't gone through all of Dice Throne Adventures. I haven't done a playthrough yet because just unboxing stuff. But I've watched a lot of videos on it, and what it basically is you start off in your portal. You then start trekking across. You see all these ones. So this is replayability. It's not just bag. All these should be one. Yeah. So you lay them out in a specific pattern, shuffle them out, lay them out in a specific pattern that the book will tell you. Just see all that. And then there, as you step onto them, you flip them over. This thing has something like Toll Bridge, spawn an enemy. Alternatively, pay 3 CP and spawn a blue enemy, or pay 3 CP on a green enemy. If desired, you can sell cards at this time. So basically, you're spawning either pay three combat points to summon a green enemy, which is either better or worse. It's better since these are so it's a weaker enemy, and blue for a stronger enemy that you'll fight here, and then you'll face off against him. And if you beat him, you get money, and then you get. And each one of these, I won't spoil too much for you. I'll just show you some of them. So each one of these does something different. This one has a green enemy, some money that you get. This one has an enemy and some ability stuff. Hence a pond, and it looks like void crater. So all of them has text that do something. Plus you fight it. That's level 1. So replayability, right? You won't play every single level 1 card, but you replay a bunch. Is your audio sounding odd? It may just be my kids are doing virtual. I don't know. Can't hear me? Brian? I hope you can. Hopefully not. Let me know if anybody else is. So level 2 here. I'll just speak a little bit more to the mic because you'll be paying more of this than to be a little nerd guy in the corner. So level 2, more level 2 enemy. Same type of thing with level 2. So what you're doing is stepping level 1, then you move to level 2, then you move to level 3, then you move to the boss. You have to find paths. So it's not a linear path to get there. There's multiple ways to get to him. Sounds like it's flipping. Really? Huh. Alright, let me see if I can get my mic a little closer. So here. More. Is that better? Is that better? Can you hear me better now? I can hear you, just sounds like it's cutting your words short. Weird. Okay, hopefully it won't do it anymore because I got good stream here. Alright. I put the mic is like right here. So hopefully, yeah, better? Okay, cool. Alright, so level 2s, which is what you see here. Alright, and you see it adds stuff, so you're going to roll a die. Things will happen to you, either a parasite or heal, but you'll also face an enemy. So this is basically saying there is multiple paths to get to the boss. There's not one, it's not linear. How you set up the board will determine that pathing. And when you set up the pathing, when you move, you'll move from level 1 to level 2, moving along the way to get to the boss and then fight the boss. Those are the level 2 tiles. There are level 3 tiles. Much better, actually. Good. There are level 3 tiles, which is like this. Level 3 enemies, and we'll get to see those as I flip them open. So you can see what the enemies look like, but see, things are happening to you. And that's the thing about it. Like level 1, it was, okay, you just face a boss, or you pay some combat points to do something. Level 2, okay, you'll either heal, take a parasite. Level 3, roll a die. All heroes are inflicted with concussion. Concussion sucks. So, or spawn an enemy, or if you roll a 6, you gain 3 CP. So the board is even playing harder and harder on you as you walk through each piece. So that's epic to me. I like that. And then we've got the level 4s, which is 4 of them. The level 4s are like the black market, the dragon's lair, so Smog's there. Valley of Bone, or the depths. So as you step through that, 1, 2, 3, and 4, you do that. And then there is, this thing says Legacy Pack B. Do not open until instructed to do so. So I will not open these. So this will be for me to discover, well, us, because we'll go through this playthrough together, right? When I play. So those are the tiles that are the boss cards go in here. See, it's even outlined. It says boss cards on it. That's these guys. It's these things. We'll get to those. We'll get to those because I gotta sleeve them too. Ooh, these things have like, see the shine on them. So these looks like upgrades and promos. What's in here? Boss versus boss. So if you want to play as one of the bosses, that's how you do it. The Mad King. Image of the Gunslinger. Fallen Monk. Fallen Barbarian. And this legendary loot. Okay, so these are, I see what these are. These are things that go in here. So they're dividers. These are dividers that are created. So, okay. So there's rare, epic, common, legendary, other cards, the bosses. So let's dig in. Loot cards, boss cards, so many. Minions. Those are what those things you saw. They were minions. And these are the minion level breakdowns. So minion 1, 2, 3, and 4 to separate them out. So it comes with dividers. It comes with a storage container. It tells you where everything goes. All right, so yeah, so they'll go here. All right, so let's unlock some things. We'll put them in their place. I'm glad this sounds better. It's not clippy. All right. So you remember when I pulled these cards here? This one especially, Toll Bridge. It says spawn a level 2 minion or pay 3 CP and spawn a level 1 minion. So if you're not ready to fight level 2 minions, you might want to pay that CP and fight a level 1 minion. So let's talk about level 1 minion. Level 1 minion. Here's one of the Lost Swords. So you'll get a green loot, 1. That says 1, it's not a key lock. So if you beat him, you get 1 green loot. Okay? And we'll see loot when we talk about it. So this is his role objective. This is what he's trying to get on you. That means that if he gets that, he's going to deal 7 damage to you, but it's not true damage. It's damage that you can block, right? When you attack him, he will defend himself by rolling 3 dice. And when he rolls these 3 dice, he can prevent 1 damage per every single one of these symbols that he rolled. Or he'll deal 1 true damage to you for every one of these, plus 1 for every one of those. So that's how he defends himself. Does that make sense? And he's a level 1. So you would kind of flip these over, shuffle them up, and then you would draw. So his health, he has 11 health. He has no CP to spend. So he's just on guard. He's just going to fight you straight up. That's what he's doing. Oh, this is awesome. Let's find somebody with some CP. He does. Serpentine. Look at the artwork on this thing. Anyway, this is her role objective. She has 2 CP to spend whenever she's going to attack you. She has 9 health. And she does like defense, all that other good stuff. So you can inflict poison on you. It all depends on what you pull. Every single one is different. This one here, these two here, have this lovely ability called First Strike. That means that they go first when you fight them. This one, the Wandering Ronin, also has First Strike, so they go first when you fight them. And there's so many level 1 replayability. So level 1. Put level 1 here. Put the level 1 creatures in front. Okay. Then we go to level 2. Can y'all still see me? Or no? Hopefully you can. Level 2 creatures, like the Scoundrel, right? Look at that, First Strike. So now this is getting harder. So level 2 creatures, this Scoundrel has First Strike. His role objective is to get straights, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or like any type of straight that he can get, right? He'll do, for a small straight is three or more numbers consecutively. So you can do 1, 2, 3. No, sorry, it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, or 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, if you get those, then you get a small straight. A large straight is full number. So that's what this does. Deal half CP as damage rounded up, and he has 5 CP, but he can gain more. Or a large straight, deal CP as damage, so as he's building it up, but he starts off with 5 and 14 health. Getting tougher, right? Jeez, look at this artwork. Artwork is gorgeous. Look at this. Arcane Vibrant. I cannot wait to do a playthrough with this so y'all can see. This game is amazing. So I won't show them all because, like I said, I'll leave some. Then we'll get to level 3s. Level 3s here. Chaos Knight. Unholy Attack. 16 health, 2 CP, and he is just going to beat the life out of you. He'll heal for 2 on a large straight and deal 10 damage. But you get 3 purple rewards. So this is the reason why when you say, what's the point in fighting these creatures? The point is the loot. The loot is what it's all about, because once you beat them, you get 3 purple loot, which is more than what you had before, and I'll show you some of the loot so you can see the difference. That's 3. And then level 4, we've got a Corrupted Rogue. You have a Rogue. Corrupted Berserker, or a Raging Berserker. These are just epic fights. Look at this person. This Whispering Death will destroy you. Ignore all damage if they roll just 1. If they roll, she's going to roll 2 defense die, but if she rolls just 1 of these, she ignores all damage. And every hit to you is true damage. Every hit. Dang. So that's the minions. Now we've got some legacy packs. Do not open until instructed to do so, so they will remain closed. Let's see, we're dealing with legacy pack. Do not open until instructed to do so. So can't open those. We'll put those back here. Scenarios. So we've got scenarios. Let's open those up. Scenarios are fun. I want to mess up the cards. Oh, goodness. There we go. I think I scratched one of them. Darn it. Alright. So remember I was saying like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 cards, how you set those cards up to make them work for you? This is how you set them up. These are the scenario cards. So you choose whichever scenario you want. Scenarios ones, twos. You pick your scenario, and what you do, and I'll show you a level 1. This is how you set it up. So this is portal crawl, hero setup. So for 1, 2, 3, 4 players, the health is for 1 player's 35. 2 player. This is as you walk through it. Distribute 2 starting salves, which I'll show you. Your starting goal for 1 player is 15, 2, 10, 3, 5, 4, 1 gold each. So to conclude, the conclusion is if you're defeated, you do that. You do this. If you win, you do this. Starting tokens shown on minions if there's King's Hand tokens there. This is stuff that happens as you go through, and this is how you set up your map. So the scenarios show you how to set them up, right? Notice they're all different. They're all different and all different paths to get to where you go to. This is where it begins. That's the boss, right? The boss is the gold. This is where you. So you go through, and each one has a different way to set up that scenario. Boss battles. So then you have like a fallen monk that you fight. It's just mayhem. So those are the scenarios. There, so I set all those up. The 2 tiles for Crimson Sands. It begins. This is the boss fight. Here. Legacy packs that I cannot open because they won't let me. But we've got some unboxing to do, so I can show you some loot. I can show you some of their cards, stuff like that. Now let's go to loot. Alright, so loot is basically upgrading your cards. This is a deck builder. This is how many you can upgrade. Base game. Base game. And they're all gorgeous. Look at that. It's shiny. Yeah, that shine that you see on it, it's shiny. So this is loot. See the L at the bottom? This type of loot is legendary loot. Blood pack. Okay, let's break down the anatomy of this card so you understand, and all cards operate the same way. This is the cost to play the card. This is the phase that you can play the card in, because there's multiple phases. It's not, like I said, it's not hard. This is what it does. That's it. That's it. So you play those. That looks like, that's legendary loot. Yeah, how much legendary loot there are. Yep, there we go. So these upgrade cards, it's all these different ones that you can get, and they're all shiny. They all have that shine on them. These cards are good quality, people. Good quality. So you go through Blood Pack, Strengthening Serum, all these different ones. I don't want to spoil too much for you, but this is how much it costs to play them. This is the phase. Like, notice this phase here says instant. Instances are just like they sound. It's like magic. You can play them whenever you want. That's an instant. They're red always. Blues are during your main phase, and there's 2 main phases. There's the one before you attack, and there's the one after you attack. So blues can be played in main phase. There is roll phase. These are the cards that you want, because these cards are the ones that you roll your dice. You can apply these cards to those dice rolls, or if your enemy rolls a dice, you can apply these cards to their dice rolls and offset them. So the roll phase ones are huge. The instance ones help a lot. The equip phase is at the beginning, so you can equip stuff up, and this is how much it costs. And combat points you will find is a commodity. You want as much as possible. Alright, legendary cards. Here. Then we've got common cards. So I'll show you some of these, but I don't want to go to common. I want to go to epic. Common are in the front. The rares, epic. And these are epic. Alright, so the epic cards don't have the shine like the legendary do, but they got the power, they got the boom, right? And that boom is like, spend 1 CP during your main phase to play Codex 3. search your deck for any card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Any card. Yeah, that'll work for me. That'll work. That'll do. That'll do. So I think this is ideal. You've got the same thing. You've got main phase. 0 CP, 6 it. This is the thing. I've gotten one of these cards in a previous game to do my ultimate on somebody. So you get this epic card, and this epic card says, this is during the roll phase. Change the value of any one die to a 6. So let's say you roll your dice and you're 1/6 short of your ultimate ability. You then say you're going to 6 it. Free charge. Turn that other one to an ultimate ability and you hit them. Now, what could happen, what can and has happened, is that someone will say, nope. Like you'll like, okay, I'm gonna play 6 it to flip that to a 6. Do you want to respond to that? The person will say, yeah, I'm gonna make you re-roll that die with this card, and they'll pay CP. So the game and the trick to it all is to basically say, okay, I want to make sure that person burns their CP down to when I play this card, they can't stop me. Or it's still a strategy to it for success, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Alright, so that's then we have rare. Rare card. Remove up to 2 status effect tokens from a chosen player. This is if you play in team. And it happens in the main phase. So let's say we're playing in team. We're playing together in Dice Throne Adventures. You got hit with concussion. It's my turn. I can then say, okay, during my main phase, I'm going to play this card to remove concussion from you, so that when it's your turn, you can do whatever you want. You see how like they gel together? You're supposed to play as a team. When you play this in standard playing, that's how it works too. And then the common cards. Remove up to 2 status effects from a chosen player, as you can see, but it costs money. Whereas the other one didn't cost us. Yeah, the other one was free. So this one actually costs 1 CP. The other one didn't cost any, you could just play it. But they have 0 CP stuff in here. Look at this one. So, Life Funnel. Receive 3 true damage. A chosen hero gains a salve. You can use salves to help you. This one. Helping Hand 2. Select one of your opponent's dice and force them to re-roll it. So this is the one where you're like, okay, I'm gonna 6 it. So I got my ultimate. I'm about to lay into you. Helping Hand 2. Re-roll one of those 6. Completely ruin their plan. That's how these cards work. Alright, then we have legacy packs that I cannot open until instructed to do so. Oh, I need to put them in front. That's so like, what's wrong? Okay. Alright. Then we have our legacy packs that will fit in the bag. Can't touch. Alright. Let's talk about battle cards. So these are the bosses, which will operate kind of like yours anyway. So this is how they hurt you. So let's go with the gunslinger first. I hope this is being informative and you're finding this cool. This is so exciting. I'm loving what they're doing. Alright, so this is their deck. Right? You will have a deck just like that. Your picture will be on the back of your deck, just like this. If you bought the sleeves, your pictures will be on the sleeves, just like this. And so you'll shuffle them up. You'll draw 5 cards. There's no mulligan. You draw 5 cards, and that's your hand. So let's say with him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what you got. Now his says that he has to spend CP to do these things. So he's going to spend this CP to try and do this attack on King's Bounty 3. Or he'll do some upgrades. Actually, these are his upgrade cards. These are the upgrade cards I was telling you about. These are exactly the upgrade cards I was telling you. So this one here, he can pay 1 CP during the boss upgrade phase, and he can upgrade his death wager 2. So let's take a look at the difference. You can see what I'm talking about. You can smell what the rock's cooking. This is his board. Here it is. He's got Death Wager. On a large straight, gain evasive 2 and roll a 5. Only on a large straight does this activate. He pays 1 CP. This becomes his new ability. On a large straight, instead of gain 1 evade and roll a 5, you're going to gain 2 evade. You'll do the same amount of damage except for you'll do 4 more, so it gets strong. Then, if he draws a 3, he can spend 2 CP and upgrade it again to level 3. Like, that's what those are. Those are how you upgrade your cards to make them stronger. Okay. So this is his. Okay. And so all your cards, your cards will not be the same as his, but this lets you know how strong. Go there. We'll then get monk. Cool, cool, cool. So the monk has that same stuff, like it's a deck of cards that are specific to him and his upgrades that are here. So he can spend XP to get strong, beat the tar out of the monk, the barbarian. Can't wait for you to see like your character, because this is the game. This is the game that's trying to destroy you that we've been seeing so far, and this is why you need the game season 1 and or season 2 for them. And let's go to. I'm so excited for the game. So once again, some similar cards like Refresh, where the Barbarian, the Mad King heals. But then there's Mad King based cards, things that the Mad King does to completely end your life. There's pictures on it, so you know it's his deck. You have dice thrown other stuff here. Cool. Okay, so miniatures go in here. Alright, we'll see. So we cover these down. So they're solidified in place. So we went through those. Let's go through these stats. So these little punch outs are things that happen. So it's like, oh, you're inflicted with bounty. Here, have one of those. Put that on there and enjoy your life. So you just kind of punch them out. Find a spot to take for one of these. So that's that. All your characters have these too. So with your, I can't wait to open this. It'll make so much sense. All these things here are things that can be afflicting on you. These are the stands. So if you didn't buy the mini, fear not. There you go, standy. Standy. And there's a standy for every character that you have. So the Pirate Queen, the Tinkerer, the Vampire, the Gunslinger, the Hunter, seraph, samurai, the monk, the pyromancer, knight, the moon elf, the ninja. Break out of. And this is the CP count. Break. It does. Most cool. Okay. We've got the thief. The thief. Nothing but poison. The thief uses CP to kill you. The knight, who is just defense and destroy. The treant, whom I haven't played yet. The strategist. This guy's something else. And then the barbarian, which is the base player's character that you play. This over here is miniature and others. What's in here? Standees. Look at that. They got a place for everything, and everything in its place. Okay. Loot. Parts. For some reason. Finger got stuck. These are good cardboard because it's taking me a little bit of an effort to punch them out. So that's why my finger got stuck when I was trying to break a piece off. Break me off a piece of that. So these are salves, which I haven't been in any of the other Dice Throne games. So I'm not too keen on what they do just yet. What did they do? And I'm sure there's a thing that tells you how to lay these out. So I'm trying not to do too much craziness. If I fit in here somehow. Yeah, so you have these, and I'll fit all these. Why the heck? Did it for the last playthrough. What makes them so special? Yeah. I'll unbox these, put them in there. Hopefully I'm not sounding too choppy. They're usually pretty good about telling you how to lay this stuff out anyway. Yeah, already. I'll put these on for right. That's so those clip on. There's the top for this one. Oh, matter of fact, dump the minis in there. So let's go to the minis. I did not do the painted minis because I was like, I'm gonna paint my own minis, and then I was like, I should have done the painted mini. Season 1's minis. There are no minis for the base game. Those miniatures. So these are them. They've got the barbarian unpainted. I really wish I would have gotten them painted, but I'm gonna paint them. The monk, the pyromancer, the thief, the knight, the ninja, the night elf, and the treant. Oh my gosh, these are nice. These are very, very. Look at that. They feel good and sturdy. An elf. I gotta put it against my skin so it doesn't clash with the rest of the lighting. So you get the bow look, get hair. Ninja. Vanish puff of smoke. That's puff of smoke. Ninja. Knight. These feel really, really good. And they're sturdy on their stand, too. They spared no expense for that. Should have gotten the painted miniature. I feel bad. Barbarian. And if you didn't want them in this box, which I'm going to keep them in this box, but if you didn't want them in this box, you can put them in. Because that's made to hold the minis. And the minis are pretty well put together. They're pretty solid. That's the minis. For season 1. Ooh. These are the minis for season 2. And I know if you ever wonder, well, if you get season 2, will the season 2 characters be more overpowered than season 1? Nope. They are balanced very well with each other. So this is season 2. Samurai. Tinkerer. Gunslinger. Vampire. Strategist. Cursed Pirate. Seraph. And the Huntress. And the Cursed Pirate is the hardest one to play. So if you get season 2, you've never played Dice Storm before, do not play the Cursed Pirate. Her difficulty is off the chart because the longer you play, the more you die. Like, the faster you'll die. So she is fun to play. She has a fantastic strategy. She's well balanced. But she is not for beginners at all. You will lose. Samurai. Looking good. We've got the Gunslinger. The Seraph. She is good for starters. The Seraph is good for people who are just starting. I would recommend, if you're just starting, play the Barbarian, the Seraph, or the Gunslinger. Because the Tinkerer has bots that comes out, and you gotta upgrade the bots, so there's some complexity. The Strategist, it really is, you have to be a strategist to play, because the Strategist has a way about doing combat that you're not going to be too sure of. Like, you have to be very careful. So remember, if you're like, okay, I bought season 1, this is the first time I'm playing, I haven't played any other game before, play the Barbarian. You'll be fine. When you get more comfortable, play the Monk. When you get more comfortable, play the Thief, then the Pyromancer, then the Moon Elf. The last one to learn how to play is the Knight. The Knight has some nuance, but they're all balanced, they're all fun, they're all fantastic. If you're like, well, I skipped season 1, I got season 2, who should I play first? The Seraph. The Seraph is the first one to play because the Seraph can fly away from damage. The Gunslinger is a good first one to play too. She's really good. The Vampire's okay because the Vampire, you'll drop bleed tokens on people and hurt them. The Samurai, you got to be very careful because there's a balance with the Samurai to be able to play. The Strategist is the same. The Cursed Pirate is the hardest because she is dying as the more she's losing coins, and as she loses coin, she dies, and she can kill herself without being careful. Alright, so that's the minis. Let's get to here. Character sheets. The 2 characters that I was not going to print and play. Damn that. So these were created in season 1. And they were community created. The Treant was a community created one. Community created the Treant. The problem was that it was after it had kicked, so they were like, okay, well, here's the print and play community, have fun with it. And we were like, no, no. So they created it. And this is how this is the carrier for your character. It's already covered. Everything that you need for your character is right in here. So it's really quick to set up at the table. What you can do is you can come in here and you can be like, in the books, they're slotted like this. All you do is you pull them out and you play them. So you're like, okay, well, I want to play the Treant today. This is all you need to play the Treant. This is it. That's it. And let's dive into what this looks like so you can see, and then we'll look at the ninja. So actually, I could play this game if I wanted. You pop this off. Get the Treant's abilities, so it's the cards just like everybody else's, just like you've seen before, right? They've got a passive ability. That's what this purple is. Passive means always on. During your upkeep phase, throw 1 spirit. They have their defense. This is what happens whenever they're going to get hit. And then these are all their abilities, and then their ultimate. You've seen this before with the bosses. This is you, right? This is your character. They come with a reference sheet for their abilities. Well, it says gain a spirit. Well, this tells what spirits do. It says you may spend 1 spirit of type once per turn to receive one of the effects listed in the sections below. You get seedling spirit, sapling spirit, dried spirit. So you can get one of these. You can also, they also tell you how they stack. Is how many times can these companions stack? Well, I could summon the 3 seedling spirits. I can only summon 2 sapling spirits, and I only can summon 1 dryad spirit at a time. Barb Vine, it only stacks once. This is what happens. It's a negative status effect, which means it hurts people. A positive status effect means it helps people. So that's what that is. This is the important part. So when you get your new character and you're like, oh, this looks cool, I want to read what all this stuff. Before you do that, flip it over and read not the bio, but the setup. There is a setup that they tell you how to specifically set up each character so you can play them. The one that is important to keep a track of is the Cursed Pirate. The Cursed Pirate has a setup. You need to read it before you play the Cursed Pirate. This is why I say it's the most complex one out there. Okay? Alright, so you have that card. You get your combat point tracker, which goes up to 15, and you'll never, unless you're the thief, you'll never hit that number. You'll be long dead before you hit that number. But you start off with 2 when you first start fighting, but you can go down to 0. You get that. You get a health meter, which I believe you start at 45. I think it's been a while, but you start as a health and you tick down. Every character has this. Here's the cool bits. This is what the tray looks like on the inside. Here's his dice. Every character has their own set of dice, and all of them are specifically to them. It's brown like a tree. It has all these different symbols on it, and it's 5 dice, not 6. I was wrong. 5 dice. So a large straight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A small straight, 3, 4, 5. So that's how you do it. Or you match symbols. So you either do numbers or you do symbols, right? You have your cards, just like the bosses. You have your cards. You draw 5. You play. You go through everything. Each person gets a turn order card. This tells you the phases. Remember I said there's 2 main phases, so upkeep phase, income phase, main phase, where you play abilities, and then you do your offensive rolls, your targeted rolls, and then your defense, and then the defense rolls, then main phase, and then discard phase. Rinse and repeat. That's what this is. Every single character has one of these things. Every single one. And you just snip it in. And this is what you play. Quick the table. That's the name of the game for Dice Throne. Always. Even in Season 1, before they did the boxes like this, they had their own boxes that are a little bit smaller, probably like half the size of this, that has everything in it. And all you do is you just say, boop, boop, take my card, fold it out, play. They are very quick to set up. So the Trion's pretty cool. And they both, so this is their, so whenever they give that, I'll give him his. I'll give him his. Then you come over here and you say his, remember, is the cat, 2 of those, 3 of those. It's so those are his. There's your character, ready to go. Alright. Play in style, just another ad. And then their shopping materials. These are the rules for playing your characters. This is included in every game. I already know how to play the games though, but for those who don't, that's there for you. The ninja. Remember I said everybody's the same in terms of setup? The ninja. For board, he doesn't have a passive. He has defense. Everybody usually has defense. But she has different things that she does, all well balanced. She has her cards that do different things. You can see. Not like the tree, it's completely different. These are the faces of her die that just let you know what they look like. Her complexity is 2. She has some frequently asked questions if you want to know how to do something specific. Combat tracker, that's hers. She has her own die that's dark with green and whatnot on it. Her cards, and her token. And that's it. Like, perfect setup for her. The names are on there so you can see who they are. They're set up really... I keep saying it. Dice Throne does a fantastic... Like, Roxley Games does a fantastic job with their stuff. And what I got for them was these sleeves. Let's take a look at it. I love these sleeves. These sleeves are so awesome. I don't know if any of you got the sleeves for this game. Let me know if you did. You should have. I got the sleeves for everything because I've not seen sleeves like this for any game I've ever played other than Dice Throne. And I even reached out to Dice Throne. I was like, hey, how did you get these sleeves? Where do you get them from? And trade secret, they're not really saying. But I think, like, I've never seen anything with sleeves like this. Look at that. That's the back. And then the card fits inside. But that's the back. It's smooth, it's elegant, it's not terrible. Like if you turn it sideways, you don't see a bump out. If you flip it, it's not something that could be, it's not an image in here that can be pulled out. It's actually part of the card sleeve. I decided to go with the painted minis instead. Yeah, these, I always get these sleeves because I got them for season 1. And after that, I was like, I'm sold. So basically, I'm going to sleeve all of these. And the mat is so clear. It is so clear, but there's, for him, or the ninja, all the sleeves are there. And this glare that you're seeing here is from the outer. Once I pop this, pull one out. No glare. None. It's really clear. So it's really good. They look great, but maybe in the future. Yeah, they'll be available, Anthony. They'll be available in the future for you to get. But these sleeves are top-notch. I've never seen sleeves like that. So I was like, yeah. Anytime you have sleeves for Dice Throne, I'm getting them. I got all the sleeves for the bosses. So Dice Throne Adventures bosses, so 168 sleeves, 42 per boss. I got all the sleeves for theirs, which I'm going to do. Then we got some promo content. Let's see what this... So this is from the Kickstarter exclusives. These are the Kickstarter exclusives that people will probably be able to buy later, but they came free-to-all backwards. We've got some new bosses. Shinies. Yeah, you see the glare? You see the shine? So there's two level 3 bosses, a loot goblin. Loot goblin. It's like the goblin from Diablo. The fence roll, if you roll that, the goblin flees, so he runs away. So I'm assuming that means if you beat him, you get some, yeah, look at that reward. You can see it. You get a reward. You get a 1, a 2, and a 3 if you beat him. So he has 25 health. Good luck. Chimera. You can see with the gloss on it. Very tough, level 3. Level 4, the Umbra. It looks like one of the things from Bleach. So you get, if you beat him, you get an epic card. The level 2 is the Lithe Elf. And the level 1, the Melodic Maiden. Deal 4 undefendable damage. That's true damage. So I'll add these to the mix. Then we got some cards. We got some loot, some legendary cards. Black Belt 2. Holy Relic. Guard Dog. Equipment. Black Belt. Some rares. Holy Relic. Utility Belt. Some epic. Utility Belt 2. A Blood Amulet. And then these look like common cards. Yeah, commons. The Bolas. Inflict Knockdown. I would like that. Draw a card, inflict knockdown. Firstest. Firstest strike. Not first strike, firstest. A chosen minion loses the first strike ability. If played during a boss battle, your attack becomes undefendable. And it costs two combat points. Firstest strike. There's a lot of jokes in here like that. When selling the card, gain 2 CP instead of 1. Yes, you can sell cards and gain CP to do stuff. Take a loot chest token, cat burglar, and another guard dog. Those were all exclusive. Boss versus boss. So I'm assuming if you want to be a boss fighting, if you want to beat a boss, you gotta beat the boss. So boss battle turn order. Portal crawl. Oh, okay. These are the things that you hand to each person playing. These are the things you hand to each person playing so that they know what they need to do. Normal difficulty, scenario score 20. Veteran difficulty, scenario score goes up, all that stuff. Okay, that was the promo content. Flanagan Logistics are the people who delivered. Their communication is trash. QML is better. Sorry. That's my opinion. QML is better. Alright, and then we got this. I did not order this. Like, I didn't pay for this. This came with it. Thank you. So, dice thrown, dice tray. God, I'm not good at this. Okay, so we do this. We do this. There we go. There you go. Dice tray. It just says, keep rolling 6s. Dice thrown. Keep rolling 6s. Probably can't say it. Keep rolling 6s. Dice thrown. Pretty cool. I probably might use this in a lot of my playthroughs. I love the burning dice symbol. It's an allegory of my dice rolling. That's cool. So I got a new dice tray. Breakdown seems pretty cool. I'm only bagging it because I'm gonna unbag it and play it like crazy when I move and get stuff out of storage. It is. It was a free dice tray. I can't be mad at it. Can't be mad at it. Alright, so saw the minis, you saw the boxes, you saw the bosses, you saw the board for keeping track of. Why does this board make my camera flip out? Like it makes the camera flip out. You see that? Maybe the etched in sayings will help Canje stop rolling one. I don't know. In Hexplore, I want one. And then these effects. Let's see if they talk about how to. Yeah, they do right here. They tell you how to put things in here. So you load them up in here, and then you can cover them. So they tell you how to do it. They show you how to do it. They show you how to set everything up, put everything where they need to be, and then they teach you how to play. This game will be. When am I going to play this game? This game will be played in April. This game will be played in April, only because I move at the end of March, and I got to pack. So this game will be played in April. Very early in April, I will be playing. I did some looking into just kind of checking out the community and what they thought. Everyone who's played this game that I trust their opinion has said this game's great. It's fantastic. It's so much fun. They enjoy it. One person said, "Hey, me and the family sat down. We got this. We played it. We played it the whole weekend." I was like, "That will work." Dice Throne is an awesome game. I highly recommend this game. I haven't played this one yet, but I'm talking about Dice Throne Season 1 and Season 2. Highly recommend it. That got the Canje 2 snaps and a double flip. As how good they are. I'm going to order all this and then close it up. And they have neoprene mats. I'm going to order the neoprene mats. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that's how good this game is. Let's see. Yeah, I won't waste your time with me because I gotta punch everything, make sure everything sits in here properly, and then after I do that, I can seal it all up. But as you can see, everything comes ready to play. Everything comes ready to go. The bosses, all that other stuff. I think this will have the most setup, but your characters should be set up in under a minute, ready to go. Another plus for the rule book that show how the storage trays were intended to be. Yes, they do that. They do that in every one of their books. They show you how to put stuff in there. So 1 token storage tray, 1 card caddy tray, 1 leaflet and boss boards tray, 1 dials, dice, and figures tray. Which, okay, so some stuff's supposed to go in there. Makes sense. And if you notice, there's empty slots. Empty slots. Even in here, there are empty slots or things that says others because they're gonna release more content. I can guarantee they're going to release more content because this game's so good, and they've already said that they're working on a season 3. So they did season 1, season 2, then they did this adventures to really pump it up, and they're working on a season 3, which I will be backing because this game's awesome. So lots of legacy stuff. There are campaigns that you can run through on this to get everything that you need. There are just so much. There's a lot in this thing to get. This right here impresses me a ton. This one, like how they set everything out. Put these promo cards because the promo cards shuffle right in. Legendary, rares, epics. Epic. Rare. And common. And everything's just ready to go, man. I mean, this is pretty baller. I like this. So 1, two, three, three. So they got two level 3s and then an epic level 4. I think level 4s are going to be like the thing that people struggle with when they play this one, but it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be good. I'm going to sleeve all these cards, get everything from outside into one box, and then that's where it's going to be, except for the minis. And these ones I'm keeping because these boxes are freaking cool. They keep things in space, and when I paint them, there'll be a nice way to store them to keep them safe from knocking around. But everything else is all going in here, and this is going to be fun. Cool. So, you saw an unboxing. Let's go back up to the top and have a chat. So, you saw an unboxing of Dice Throne Adventures. Like I said, I won't be able to play this game until after I move, which is going to be in April, but soon in April I will be playing this game. And then you will get to see me roll some dice. But since it's Yahtzee style, maybe I can do better. Maybe I can do better. Okay, so let's talk about what's to come. Let's see. Thursday is going to be Pat the Carcosa playing with Excusitis and Pac-Man. Sunday, I have a stream for my Patreons that's special for them, so I'll be doing a stream for them. But after that, then the following week, I'll make it available for the entire board gaming community who gives a rat's butt about my stream to to come and check it out freely, and then I'll upload it and all that other stuff so you can all see it. But it's exclusively for them because they are awesome and they help. They're helping, right? They're helping fund, so I appreciate them in every way possible. I appreciate you YouTube subscribers as well because you're liking what you see, giving me good feedback. You're telling me if I'm, you're helping me play fun and keep me company. I mean, I'm playing solo, right? I mean, you're here with me. You're here with me at the table as I play, and that actually makes me feel good. I don't want to get weepy. It makes me feel good. So, I appreciate it. Okay, so then next week, Gloomhaven's on Wednesday. I'm still checking with Excusitis and Pac-Man to see if we're going to have Pat the Carcosa on Thursday. And then Sunday, I'm going to be playing Hexplore at Valley of the Dead King. I watched a playthrough of that from another content creator that everyone knows and loves, Rob from Rob's Gaming Table. I watched him and Mel do a playthrough. I reached out. I reached out to the dev. I was like, "This game looks cool. I want to buy it." So I actually bought a physical copy of the game and I bought it and I've been playing it and I love it. So I'll be playing Hexplorer. But that's what I got right now. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around and watching the unboxing. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you saw, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Um, you know, let's all show some love and all the good stuff. So let me know if you didn't like it and you'd like to see something different, or if I'm doing something that you're like, hey, other content creators does this better. Okay, but let me know. Feedback's great, right? Because I can't get better unless you tell me. So I appreciate it. Um, yeah, yeah. Have a good day as well. So take care, everybody. See you soon. Insert comment here. Bye.